Hello everyone, I'm so excited to make my first posting. Welcome to my channel. It's called LaTimoo's Little Pages. This is a quick overview on how I started my 2026 bullet journal. So this is my first long form video and I felt inspired to do a green plant themed for the start of the new year. So here I'm typically going to start out most of my bullet journal themes with a basic sketch using pencil, mechanical pencils. And so here you see me using my favorite calligraphy pens at the time. So those are the Sakura Pigma. So I'm switching back and forth between the fine tip, the medium, and the bold, the big thick one. So this first page is going to be a letter to myself. So here I'm just showing you how I'm setting up this page, and on the bottom I'm gonna have kind of like a plant border, and I'll show in another video how I make my envelopes from scratch. It's really easy. You can use whatever type of paper. So I'll show you how to do that in the next video. But it's basically going to be a letter that I write to myself, and I'll open it sometime in the future, like January 2027. So we'll just see, with all the crazy things happening right now in America and just all the changes going on in my life. There's a lot of things happening, a lot of good things. So I'm really excited. So I really wanted to create this page just to kind of build a creative community where we can, hopefully you get ideas for your bullet journals. I have a lot of bullet journals. I've been doing this for a few years. This is my first actual video. So I'm pretty excited to just share what I've been doing with you. So please join me on this journey and just enjoy. I'll be popping in and out. I won't speak the whole time because sometimes that can be annoying. So sit back and relax and enjoy. So this is the self-care portion of my bullet journal. So as you can see, I'm working on the top portion of the bullet journal. This is where I pre-plan all of my themes throughout the year. So I like doing this. It really helps me stay focused and stay on track, because I find when I don't kind of pre-plan what themes I'm going to do for each month, I'll procrastinate, and then it just builds up unnecessary pressure to create something before the month comes and I've kind of missed my deadline. So after I create this page, I'll typically write out my themes in pencil. And so if I have another idea later on during the year, I can just erase it. So that extra step of pre-planning, it just gives me more flexibility to just change up and be creative. So some of my ideas for later this year. So I really like that new movie Avatar. So I'm probably gonna do an Avatar theme sometime in like March or April. I'm still debating. And then I also love Harry Potter, so definitely gonna probably have a Harry Potter Christmas in December. And then for next month, so for February, really excited to do a yin yang theme, and I also added cats. So I just need to finish editing and post that one. So that's pretty much what this portion is. And then underneath this is going to be self-care. Well, you'll see later on. But the next page will be self-care, all the different types of self-care that exist. So I did a little research on that. And then on the right side, I'll have an actual self-care bingo, which I actually gave to a few of my friends and my boyfriend. And you can just track or like check off things you've done to help promote self-care. So self-care can be anything that's kind of filling your cup. So I put some financial things, spiritual things, physical things. There's a lot of things that goes into self-care. So also have an image pop up where you can take a screenshot. Oh, and this is where I made a mistake. I didn't like what I drew, so I took another piece of paper from the back of my bullet journal, and I did a couple times, and whichever one I like better, which apparently is probably the one at the top. So you'll see I'll cut it to like a size that fits over top of the ugly mistake I made, and then I'll try to line up the bullets on the bullet journal so it kind of blends in better. But these are my positive self-talk prompts, so I'm trying to be more positive and yeah, just take care of your mental health, people. It's part of just your health in general, so you want to take care of yourself and be kind. We are very, very hard on ourselves, so we treat other people with more kindness sometimes. So I'm learning to treat myself better. This is my final spread. This is my debt tracker for the year. So on the bottom, this is my x-axis. So this is where I'm putting the amount of money on the scale. And for the top portion, I'm going to just write out debt tracker in a bunch of different blues, greens, and I'm also using my Micron Pigma pens to kind of make it pop a little better. So for this page, I'm basically going to do a bar graph, which I'll do off camera. So the y-axis is where I'm going to put my different debts, and then the name of the debt, and then the amount, which will be off camera. So I wanted to compare the debts I have starting in the beginning of the year in January, and then I'll put those as like bar columns. I'll do it in a lighter color, and then at the end of the year in December 2026, I'll put those bars, I'll do a darker shade of either a green or a blue. I'm still deciding. And I just like to track my money just to make sure the bad debts are getting paid off. So that way I have extra money left over so I can borrow more debt to invest in assets. So that's the smart way to kind of invest, using other people's money, but in a good way. So this other portion, I'm just doing a little doodle on the side, and I'm just having a little sign. So I'm just comparing a snapshot of what my debts were in January versus December, and little brick with some vines hanging off. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that overview of my bullet journal. I hope this was relaxing, and thank you for spending time if you stayed to the end. So I will see you soon. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment, subscribe. I will see you soon. Bye bye.